What Remains of Edith Finch? What Remains of Edith Finch is an emotional journey where you, the player, control a character named Edith. Armed with a key to her childhood home, she uncovers the hidden secrets of her family's past. As Edith delves deeper into the Finch house, she discovers the tragic yet poetic deaths of her relatives, her grandfather, great aunts and uncles, and even her own brother. She learns things that her own mother kept hidden from her. This game is both beautiful and disturbing, as many of the deaths are narrated by the victims themselves. It's your job as the player to act out how each family member met their end, experiencing their final moments through their eyes. What Remains of Edith Finch is not meant to be fast-paced or action-packed. It's more of a reflective, at-your-own-pace experience. It's often compared to Gone Home, and you don't need to be skilled at video games to enjoy it. All you really need to do is walk around, interact with objects, and occasionally use an attack button during a flashback. Even if you've never played a video game before, find a way to experience this one. It's absolutely worth it.
I can already imagine the sun.
Hi-Fi Rush. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to mix a rhythm game with a high-octane action adventure, this is your answer. It's like someone took a music festival and smashed it into a video game, and the result is nothing short of awesome. In Hi-Fi Rush, you play as Chai, a wannabe rock star with a music player stuck in his chest, turning the world around him into one giant musical. The game is linear, so you get a tight, focused story that keeps you jamming from start to finish. The plot is simple but effective. You're on a mission to bring down an evil corporation, and you're doing it all to the beat. Gameplay-wise, it's a rhythm-action hybrid. You'll be fighting enemies, jumping through levels, and solving puzzles, all in time with the music. The better you sync your actions to the beat, the more powerful you become. It's like Dance Dance Revolution meets Devil May Cry. And don't worry if you don't have perfect rhythm. The game is forgiving enough to let you have fun without feeling like you need to be a musical prodigy. Visually, Hi-Fi Rush is a feast for the eyes. The vibrant, colorful graphics are like a living comic book, and the animation is smooth and stylish. Every punch, kick, and jump is synced to the music, making the whole game feel like one continuous, epic music video. It's basically eye candy for anyone who loves good art and killer beats. I just can't get enough of the unique gameplay and catchy soundtrack. The story, while not overly complex, is engaging and filled with likable characters. The voice acting is solid, adding a lot of personality to Chai and his companions. It's one of those games that's just pure, unadulterated fun. So, if you're in the mood for something fresh and energetic, Hi-Fi Rush is a must-play. It's got a killer soundtrack, innovative gameplay, and visuals that pop. SOMA. If you're into horror games that mess with your mind and make you question reality, this one is basically a must-play. It's like a psychological thriller wrapped in a sci-fi horror story, and it's going to stick with you long after you put the controller down. In SOMA, you play as Simon Jarrett, a guy who wakes up in an underwater research facility with no clue how he got there. The story is linear, which means you're on a tightly controlled roller coaster ride through the game's terrifying plot. And trust me, this story dives deep into some pretty heavy themes about consciousness, identity, and what it means to be human. It's like an episode of Black Mirror, but you're in the middle of it. Gameplay-wise, SOMA is all about exploration and survival. There's no combat, so you're mostly sneaking around, solving puzzles, and trying not to get caught by the creepy, unsettling creatures that roam the facility. It's got that Amnesia vibe, where you're constantly on edge, waiting for something to jump out at you. And the puzzles are pretty clever, making you think without totally frying your brain. Visually, the game is atmospheric as hell. The underwater setting is both beautiful and claustrophobic, with dark, murky corridors and the constant threat of the ocean pressing in. The sound design is top-notch too, with eerie noises and unsettling music that keeps you on edge. It's like being trapped in a nightmare, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. I love the story and how it makes you think about some really deep stuff. The atmosphere is frequently mentioned as one of the game's biggest strengths, with the visuals and sound creating a truly immersive horror experience. The lack of combat is a plus for many, making it feel more like a survival experience than a typical horror game. So, if you're in the mood for a game that's going to get under your skin and make you question everything, SOMA is a must-play. It's got a gripping story, a chilling atmosphere, and enough twists to keep you hooked from start to finish. Grab your controller, turn off the lights, and get ready to dive into one of the most unsettling games out there. Trust me, you won't be able to stop thinking about it. plague tale innocence.
We have to hide, Amicia!
If you're into games with gripping stories and atmospheric settings, this one is going to be right up your alley. It's like stepping into a dark medieval fairy tale, but with way more rats and a whole lot of heartache. You play as Amicia de Rune, a young girl trying to survive in 14th century France during the Black Plague. You've got your little brother Hugo to look after, and let me tell you, the sibling dynamic here is both touching and intense. The story is linear, which means it's packed with focused, narrative-driven moments that keep you hooked from start to finish. It's basically like reading a really good novel, but you get to be part of the action.
Of course.
Gameplay-wise, it's all about stealth, puzzle solving, and a bit of combat. You'll need to sneak past soldiers, avoid swarms of plague-ridden rats, and use your wits to solve various environmental puzzles. Amicia's primary weapon is a sling, which she uses to take down enemies and interact with the world. And those rats? They're not just creepy, they're part of the puzzles too. It's like a medieval stealth game with a heavy dose of survival horror. The lighting and textures create a hauntingly realistic world that pulls you right into the story. The character models are detailed and expressive, making the emotional moments hit even harder. I love the emotional depth of the story and the relationship between Amicia and Hugo. The atmosphere is often highlighted as one of the game's strongest points, with the visuals and sound design creating an immersive experience. So, if you're looking for a game with a compelling story, stunning visuals, and a mix of stealth and puzzle-solving gameplay, A Plague Tale: Innocence is a must-play.
I know what you're like.
Jusant. If you're looking for a game that's all about exploration, climbing, and breathtaking views, this one's definitely for you. It's like taking a relaxing yet challenging hike up a massive, mysterious mountain, but from the comfort of your couch. In Jusant, you play as a lone climber on a quest to ascend a towering peak. The story is linear and unfolds gradually as you make your way up, discovering ancient ruins, hidden secrets, and breathtaking vistas. It's all about the journey and the mysteries you uncover along the way. Think of it as a mix between a climbing simulator and a beautifully crafted adventure game. Jusant focuses heavily on the mechanics of climbing. You'll need to use your skills and tools to navigate the treacherous terrain, find the best routes, and overcome various obstacles. The controls are intuitive, making the act of climbing feel realistic and satisfying. It's like a puzzle game where each section of the mountain presents a new challenge to solve. Plus, there's no combat, so it's all about the thrill of exploration and mastering the climb. Visually, Jusant is absolutely stunning. The mountain and its surroundings are beautifully rendered, with detailed environments that change as you ascend. The art style is vibrant and atmospheric, making every new area a visual treat. The dynamic weather and lighting effects add to the immersion, making it feel like you're really there, facing the elements. It's like stepping into a living, breathing painting. I really enjoyed the unique gameplay and gorgeous visuals. So, if you're in the mood for a game that's all about exploration, beautiful scenery, and the thrill of the climb, Jusant is a must-play. House of Ashes. If you're into horror games with a cinematic feel and a story that keeps you on the edge of your seat, this game is going to be your jam. It's like playing through a horror movie, but with all the jump scares and tense moments that you control. In House of Ashes, you're thrust into the midst of an ancient Sumerian temple buried deep underground. The game follows a group of soldiers who stumble upon this underground world while on a mission in Iraq. The story is linear, but your choices can significantly impact who lives and who dies, making every decision feel crucial. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book, but way scarier and with much higher stakes. Gameplay-wise, it's all about exploration, quick-time events, and making tough decisions. You'll be navigating dark, claustrophobic tunnels, solving puzzles, and dealing with the horrors that lurk in the shadows. The quick-time events keep you on your toes, and the branching narrative means that your choices have real consequences. So, if you're looking for a game that offers a thrilling horror experience, a gripping story, and plenty of heart-pounding moments, House of Ashes is a must-play. Grab your controller, turn off the lights, and get ready to face the terrors lurking in the dark. Trust me, this is one horror adventure you won't want to miss. Firewatch. Alright, let's dive into Firewatch. If you're into games that offer a rich, immersive narrative with stunning visuals and a touch of mystery, this game is an absolute gem. You play as Henry, a man who takes a job as a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness to escape his troubled life. The story is linear but incredibly engaging, driven by the evolving relationship between Henry and his supervisor, Delilah, who you communicate with via a handheld radio. It's all about exploring the vast, picturesque wilderness and uncovering the secrets it holds. Imagine a mix of Gone Home and a beautifully animated nature documentary with a side of personal drama. Gameplay-wise, Firewatch is all about exploration and dialogue. You'll be hiking through the gorgeous forests, canyons, and lakes of Wyoming, investigating strange occurrences and making choices that affect your relationship with Delilah. The dialogue choices are meaningful and help build a deep, personal connection between the characters. It's a walking simulator, but with enough intrigue and interaction to keep you hooked from start to finish. Visually, Firewatch is stunning. The art style is vibrant and unique, with every vista looking like a painting come to life. The attention to detail in the environment creates an immersive experience, making you feel like you're really there, hiking through the wilderness. The dynamic lighting and weather effects add to the atmosphere, making each moment in the game feel special. It's like taking a virtual vacation in the great outdoors, but with a hint of mystery.
Do you have any idea who would have done this?
So, if you're looking for a game that offers a beautiful, narrative-driven experience with plenty of emotional depth, Firewatch is a must-play. Grab your controller, put on your hiking boots, and get ready to explore the stunning wilderness of Wyoming. This is one journey you won't want to miss. Telltale's The Walking Dead. If you're into emotionally driven stories and making tough choices that really matter, this game series is a must-play. You start off in the shoes of Lee Everett, a man with a troubled past who finds himself caring for a young girl named Clementine in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. The story is linear but highly interactive, driven by the choices you make. Each decision can significantly impact the direction of the story and the fate of the characters. It's like watching a high-stakes TV show where you get to call the shots. Imagine the Walking Dead series, but with you controlling the narrative. Gameplay-wise, Telltale's The Walking Dead is more about narrative and choices than action. You'll explore environments, interact with other characters, and make decisions that can have immediate or long-term consequences. The game uses quick-time events for action sequences, keeping you on your toes during intense moments. The dialogue choices are where the game truly shines, as they shape your relationships and the overall story. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book, but way more intense and emotional.
Oh shit.
Visually, the game uses a distinctive comic book art style, paying homage to the original graphic novels. The art style helps to soften the grim realities of the zombie apocalypse, making the emotional moments hit even harder. It's like stepping into a living comic book where every panel is filled with drama and tension. So, if you're looking for a game that offers a rich narrative, meaningful choices, and a lot of emotional depth, Telltale's The Walking Dead series is a must-play. Life is Strange. If you're into games that focus on storytelling, emotional depth, and making tough choices, this game is a must-play. It's like stepping into a beautifully crafted indie film where every decision you make shapes the narrative. You play as Max Caulfield, a teenager with a passion for photography who discovers she has the ability to rewind time. The story is linear but deeply interactive, driven by your choices and the relationships you build. Max's journey takes place in the fictional town of Arcadia Bay, where she reconnects with her childhood friend, Chloe Price, and uncovers dark secrets about the town and its inhabitants. It's like being part of a compelling coming-of-age drama with a supernatural twist.
20 years, you just zoned.
No, I saw.
Gameplay-wise, Life is Strange is all about exploration, dialogue, and decision-making. You'll navigate through different environments, interact with various characters, and make choices that impact the story and character relationships. The ability to rewind time adds a unique layer to the gameplay, allowing you to see the immediate consequences of your decisions and choose a different path if you want. It's like having a second chance to get things right, but with all the weight of knowing every choice matters. So, if you're looking for a game that offers a rich, emotional narrative with plenty of choices and a unique time-rewinding mechanic, Life is Strange is a must-play.
No way.
Don't ever touch me again, freak!
Banishers Ghosts of New Eden.
You're
Let's talk about Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, a game that combines supernatural elements with a compelling story. In this game, you play as Auntie Duarte and Red Mac Wraith, a couple who are also ghost hunters in a mystical version of 17th century New Eden. The story kicks off with Auntie becoming a ghost after a mission goes wrong. Red, driven by love and guilt, is determined to find a way to bring her back to life. The narrative is full of emotion, exploring themes of love, loss, and redemption. As you guide Red through this journey, you'll encounter various spirits and uncover the dark secrets of New Eden. The game's world is rich in atmosphere. The environments are beautifully crafted, from eerie forests and haunted ruins to the bustling town of New Eden. The visual details and hauntingly beautiful landscapes pull you into this otherworldly setting, making every moment feel immersive. The gameplay blends action and exploration with puzzle solving. You switch between Red and the ghostly Auntie to overcome different challenges. Red handles the physical combat with a variety of weapons, while Auntie uses her ghostly abilities to manipulate the environment and solve puzzles. This dual character mechanic adds depth to the gameplay and keeps things fresh and engaging. What stands out in Banishers is the storytelling. The relationship between Red and Auntie is at the heart of the game, and their interactions are filled with emotional depth. The choices you make throughout the game affect their story and the fate of other characters you meet, adding a layer of replayability. The game also features intense combat sequences where you face off against both human enemies and supernatural creatures. The combat is fluid and strategic, requiring you to use both Red's physical prowess and Auntie's spectral powers effectively. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden is a game that captivates with its story and atmosphere. The emotional journey of Red and Auntie, combined with the game's beautiful and haunting world, makes it a memorable experience. If you enjoy games with deep narratives and supernatural elements, this is one you'll never regret buying. Prepare to be enchanted by the love story and the ghostly mysteries of New Eden. It Takes Two. Let's dive into It Takes Two, a game that's all about cooperation, creativity, and heartfelt storytelling. This game, developed by Hazelight Studios, is designed specifically for 2 players, and it offers one of the best co-op experiences you can find. The story of It Takes Two revolves around Cody and May, a couple on the verge of divorce. Their daughter, Rose, creates 2 dolls that magically come to life as Cody and May. The couple must navigate through a fantastical world to find a way back to their real bodies. Along the way, they confront their issues and rediscover what brought them together in the first place. The game's narrative is both touching and humorous. It beautifully balances moments of genuine emotion with light-hearted fun. As Cody and May, you'll experience a wide range of adventures, from battling giant squirrels to navigating a garden full of dangerous plants. Each chapter represents a different aspect of their relationship and personal struggles. It Takes Two is visually stunning. The environments are vibrant, imaginative, and packed with detail. Each level is a unique and colorful world full of surprises and clever design. Whether you're in a magical garden, a sprawling treehouse, or a snowy village, the visuals will captivate you. Gameplay is where It Takes Two truly shines. The game is built around cooperative mechanics that require both players to work together. Each character has unique abilities that complement the other, and you'll need to communicate and collaborate to solve puzzles, overcome obstacles, and defeat bosses. The gameplay is constantly evolving, introducing new mechanics and challenges that keep the experience fresh and exciting. What makes It Takes Two special is how it uses gameplay to tell its story. The puzzles and challenges are not just random tasks, they reflect the couple's journey and growth. As you progress, you'll see Cody and May's relationship evolve, adding depth to the narrative and making the gameplay feel meaningful. The voice acting and character animations are top-notch, bringing Cody and May to life with personality and charm. The writing is witty and heartfelt, making you laugh one moment and feel emotional the next. It Takes Two is a game that you'll never regret buying. It offers a unique blend of engaging gameplay, beautiful visuals, and a touching story. Playing through this adventure with a friend or partner is an experience like no other. If you're looking for a game that combines fun and meaningful storytelling, It Takes Two is a must-play. Get ready for a journey that's both magical and heartwarming. A Short Hike. Alright, let's talk about A Short Hike. This game is a charming and relaxing adventure that offers a delightful break from the usual high-stakes gaming experience. You play as Claire, a young bird visiting a small island to spend time with her Aunt May. Your main goal is to reach the summit of Hawk Peak to get a phone signal. The story is simple but heartwarming. As Claire, you explore the island, meet quirky characters, and complete small tasks. Each character has their own little story, adding to the charm and richness of the game. The conversations are lighthearted and often funny, making your journey feel cozy and enjoyable. The island is beautifully designed with a colorful pixel art style. It's full of hidden treasures, scenic spots, and fun activities. You can swim, glide, climb, and fish, turning every corner into a new adventure. The music is soothing, perfectly complementing the relaxing vibe of the game. What makes a short hike special is its sense of exploration and freedom. There's no rush to reach your goal. You can take your time to enjoy the sights, help other characters, and collect feathers that help you climb higher and glide longer. The island feels alive and inviting, encouraging you to explore every nook and cranny. Even though the game is short, it's packed with charm and little surprises. Each playthrough can be different depending on how you choose to explore and interact with the island's inhabitants. The journey to the top of Hawk Peak is more about the experiences and memories you create along the way. A Short Hike is a game you'll never regret buying because it's a delightful escape into a peaceful world. It's perfect for when you want to relax and enjoy a simple, yet beautiful adventure. If you love games that offer exploration, charming stories, and a laid-back atmosphere, A Short Hike is a gem you won't want to miss. Sunset Overdrive. Alright, let's dive into Sunset Overdrive, a game that's as wild and colorful as it is fun. This game is set in a vibrant, chaotic city overrun by mutants, and you play as a customizable character who's trying to survive and kick some serious butt. The story is pretty crazy and humorous. It starts when a new energy drink called Overcharged Delirium XT turns the city's population into mutant monsters. Your character, who was just a regular worker, now becomes an unlikely hero fighting against these mutants and the evil corporation behind the disaster. The writing is full of humor and doesn't take itself too seriously. The game constantly breaks the fourth wall, making fun of gaming tropes and itself. The characters you meet are quirky and add to the fun with their over-the-top personalities and funny dialogue. Sunset Overdrive's gameplay is what really makes it shine. It's all about fast-paced, acrobatic action. You can grind on rails, bounce off cars, and wall run while blasting away at enemies. The movement is super smooth and satisfying, turning the whole city into your playground. The more stylishly you move and fight, the more rewards you get. The weapons are another highlight. They're creative and wacky, fitting perfectly with Dane's tone. You've got guns that shoot vinyl records, explosive teddy bears, and even acid sprinklers. Each weapon feels unique and adds to the chaotic fun of combat. Visually, the game is a feast for the eyes. The city is colorful and full of life, with a comic book style that makes everything pop. The bright, vibrant graphics match the game's energetic and irreverent tone perfectly. Sunset Overdrive also has a lot of content to keep you busy. There are tons of side missions, challenges, and collectibles scattered throughout the city. Each activity is fun and adds to the overall experience. In summary, Sunset Overdrive is a blast of fun and energy. It's a game you'll never regret buying because it's so unique and enjoyable. The fast-paced action, hilarious story, and colorful world make it a must-play for anyone looking for something different and exciting. If you love games that combine crazy action with a great sense of humor, Sunset Overdrive is the perfect choice. Lost in Random. Alright, let's dive into Lost in Random, another fantastic game you might not have heard of, but definitely need to check out. In Lost in Random, you play as a girl named Even who is on a quest to save her sister, Odd, from an evil queen. The world of Random is divided into 6 bizarre realms, each ruled by a wicked ruler and dictated by the roll of a dice. The setting is dark, quirky, and full of Tim Burton-esque charm, which immediately pulls you into its unique atmosphere. One of the coolest things about this game is its storytelling. The narrative is engaging and full of unexpected twists, as even you're accompanied by Dicey, a living dice that helps you navigate this strange world. Together, you'll uncover the mysteries of Random and fight against the Queen's minions. The characters you meet along the way are all wonderfully strange and memorable, adding depth and humor to the journey. The gameplay combines action and strategy in a really fun way. You fight enemies using a mix of real-time combat and card-based mechanics. You collect cards that give you special abilities and powers, and then roll dicey to see which cards you can use in battle. It's a unique system that keeps the combat fresh and exciting. Plus, Exploring the different realms of random is a treat, as each one has its own distinct look and feel. Visually, Lost in Random is a treat. The game's art style is dark and whimsical, with lots of detailed environments and creepy cool character designs. The atmosphere is perfectly eerie and draws you into the strange, magical world of random. If you love games with unique stories, engaging gameplay, and a bit of a dark, quirky vibe, Lost in Random is a must-play. It's one of those hidden gems that offers a truly unique experience. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Next up is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, a game that combines vibrant visuals with fast-paced action in a futuristic urban setting. If you love games that are all about style and movement, this is one you don't want to miss. In Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, you play as a member of a graffiti crew trying to take over the city by tagging its most iconic spots. The game's world is a sprawling urban playground filled with skyscrapers, alleys, and subway tunnels. It's all about expressing yourself through graffiti while outmaneuvering the authorities and rival crews. The gameplay is a thrilling mix of parkour, skating, and graffiti. You can grind on rails, leap across rooftops, and perform stylish tricks to navigate the city. It's all about maintaining your flow and stringing together moves to keep up your momentum. The graffiti mechanics are also super fun. You can create your own tags and leave your mark all over the city. What makes Bomb Rush Cyberpunk stand out is its incredible style. The game is heavily inspired by the Jet Set Radio series, with a similar colorful CL-shaded art style and an energetic soundtrack. The music, composed by some top-notch artists, keeps the adrenaline pumping and perfectly matches the game's fast-paced action. The characters are just as stylish as the game's visuals. Each member of your crew has a unique look and personality, and as you progress, you'll unlock new abilities and gear that let you explore the city in new ways. The story is light but engaging, focusing on your crew's rise to the top of the graffiti world. Exploring the city is a blast because there's always something new to find. Hidden shortcuts, secret spots for tagging, and various collectibles are scattered throughout the map, encouraging you to explore every nook and cranny. The sense of freedom and movement is incredibly satisfying. If you're into games that blend stylish visuals, high energy music, and fluid, fast-paced gameplay, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is a must-play. It's a game that keeps you hooked with its dynamic action and vibrant world. Trepang 2. Next on our list is Trepang 2, a game that mixes intense first-person shooting with superhuman abilities, creating a high-octane experience that you probably haven't heard of but should definitely check out. In Trepang 2, you play as a super soldier who escapes from a high-security facility. With no memory of your past, you're on a mission to uncover the truth about your origins while taking down enemies with brutal efficiency. The story unfolds through a series of missions that are packed with action and mystery. The gameplay is where Trepang 2 really shines. It's fast-paced and thrilling, with smooth gunplay that makes every firefight feel intense. What sets it apart is your character's superhuman abilities. You can slow down time, cloak yourself to become invisible, and perform powerful melee attacks. These abilities add a strategic layer to the combat, allowing you to approach each encounter in different ways. Visually, the game looks great. The environments are detailed and varied, from sterile labs and industrial complexes to outdoor battlegrounds. The graphics and special effects, especially when using your abilities, make the action look and feel explosive. Trepang 2 also offers a lot of variety in its missions. You'll face different types of enemies, each requiring different tactics to defeat. The levels are designed to encourage exploration and experimentation, giving you the freedom to tackle challenges your way. One of the best things about Trepang 2 is its replayability. The combination of diverse abilities and challenging enemies makes it fun to go back and try different strategies. The game's pacing keeps you constantly engaged with new twists and intense action sequences around every corner. If you're a fan of high-energy shooters and love the idea of combining superhuman powers with intense combat, Trepang 2 is a game you won't regret playing. It's an adrenaline-fueled ride that keeps you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. The Medium. Next on our list is The Medium, a psychological horror game that stands out with its unique dual reality gameplay. If you love spooky, story-driven games, this one is definitely for you. In The Medium, you play as Marianne, a woman with the ability to travel between the real world and the spirit world. The story begins with Marianne receiving a mysterious phone call that leads her to an abandoned hotel. Here, she must use her powers to uncover the dark secrets of the past and solve the mystery surrounding the place. One of the coolest things about The Medium is its dual reality mechanic. You often see and interact with both the real world and the spirit world simultaneously. The game splits the screen, showing both realities at the same time. This unique feature allows you to solve puzzles and navigate areas in ways you wouldn't expect, using your abilities to influence both worlds. The atmosphere in The Medium is incredibly immersive. The game's environments are detailed and eerie, with a haunting soundtrack that keeps you on edge. The spirit world is especially creepy, filled with unsettling visuals and ghostly entities that add to the tension. The story is gripping and filled with twists and turns. As you explore the hotel and delve into the spirit world, you uncover the tragic past of its inhabitants and the sinister forces at play. The narrative is deeply engaging, blending horror with emotional depth and keeping you invested in Marianne's journey. The Medium doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. Instead, it builds a sense of dread and unease through its storytelling and atmosphere. The dual reality gameplay adds a layer of complexity and intrigue, making you feel like you're piecing together a dark, supernatural puzzle. If you're a fan of horror games with a strong story and innovative gameplay, The Medium is a must-play. It's a chilling and unique experience that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Pentiment. Next on our list is Pentiment, a game that dives deep into historical mystery and narrative-driven adventure. If you enjoy games with rich stories and unique art styles, Pentiment is one you should definitely check out. In Pentiment, you step into the shoes of Andreas Mahler, an artist working in a Bavarian abbey during the 16th century. The game's story unfolds as Andreas becomes entangled in a series of mysterious events and murders that shake the abbey and its surrounding village. Your task is to investigate these events, uncover secrets, and make choices that will impact the course of the story. What sets Pentiment apart is its stunning art style. The game looks like a living manuscript, with visuals inspired by illuminated manuscripts and early printed books. This unique art direction creates a visually captivating experience that immerses you in the historical setting. The narrative in Pentiment is deeply engaging. The game is filled with complex characters, each with their own motivations and secrets. As Andreas, you interact with monks, villagers, and nobles, piecing together clues and making critical decisions. The dialogue is well written, and your choices can lead to different outcomes, ensuring that each playthrough can be unique. Gameplay in Pentiment is focused on exploration and investigation. You'll explore beautifully rendered environments, talk to various characters, and gather evidence to solve the mysteries. The game encourages careful observation and thoughtful decision-making, making you feel like a detective in a historical drama. Pentiment also stands out for its attention to historical detail. The game incorporates real historical events and figures, blending them seamlessly with its fictional narrative. This adds depth to the story and makes the world feel authentic and lived in. If you're a fan of narrative-driven games and historical settings, Pentiment is a must-play. Its combination of beautiful art, intriguing story, and engaging gameplay makes it a standout title. Return of the Obra Din. Next on our list is Return of the Obra Din, a truly unique and immersive game that will captivate you with its intriguing mystery and distinctive art style. If you love detective stories and puzzles, this game is an absolute must-play. In Return of the Obra Din, you play as an insurance investigator for the East India Company. Your task is to board the Obra Din, a merchant ship that has mysteriously reappeared after being lost at sea for 5 years. The entire crew is missing or dead, and it's up to you to figure out what happened. The game's most striking feature is its one-bit monochromatic art style, which gives it a distinct look reminiscent of old computer graphics. Despite the simplicity, the visuals are incredibly detailed and atmospheric, perfectly setting the tone for the mystery you need to solve. You're armed with a magical pocket watch called the Memento Mortem, which allows you to see the exact moment of a crew member's death. This ability lets you piece together the events that led to the ship's fate. You'll move through frozen scenes of the past, observing the positions and actions of characters to gather clues. The narrative is non-linear, and you'll need to use your deductive skills to identify each of the 60 crew members and determine how they died. It's like putting together a giant, intricate puzzle. The game doesn't hold your hand, so you'll need to pay close attention to details and think critically to make progress. One of the most rewarding aspects of Return of the Obra Din is the sense of accomplishment you get from solving each part of the mystery. The story is rich and complex, filled with twists and turns that keep you hooked. Every time you piece together a part of the puzzle, it feels incredibly satisfying. The sound design and voice acting are also top-notch, adding depth and immersion to the experience. The voices help bring each character to life, and the atmospheric sound effects enhance the eerie, abandoned ship setting. If you're a fan of mystery games and enjoy using your brain to solve complex puzzles, Return of the Obra Din is a must-play. Its unique art style, compelling story, and challenging gameplay make it a standout title. Board the Obra Din and uncover its dark secrets, you won't be disappointed.
Here, let me help you.
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Next up is The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, a game that combines stunning visuals with a gripping, mysterious story. If you enjoy immersive, narrative-driven experiences, this one should be on your radar. In The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, you play as Paul Prospero, a detective with a knack for the supernatural. You're drawn to the remote town of Red Creek Valley after receiving a distressing letter from a young boy named Ethan Carter. As you explore the beautifully rendered environment, you uncover the dark secrets surrounding Ethan's disappearance and the eerie events that have taken place. The game is a visual masterpiece. The world of Red Creek Valley is meticulously crafted with lush forests, serene lakes, and abandoned structures that create a hauntingly beautiful atmosphere. The graphics are incredibly detailed, making every location feel real and immersive. The narrative is the heart of the game. It's a non-linear story that you piece together by exploring the environment and solving puzzles. The game doesn't hold your hand, encouraging you to explore at your own pace and uncover the story in your own way. This sense of discovery is one of the most engaging aspects of the game. As you investigate, you'll encounter supernatural occurrences and solve various puzzles. These puzzles are integrated into the story and require you to use your observational skills and think critically. They range from finding hidden objects to piecing together sequences of events, all of which help you understand what happened to Ethan and his family. The atmosphere is enhanced by a haunting soundtrack and excellent sound design. The music and ambient sounds draw you into the world and add to the sense of mystery and tension. The voice acting is also superb, bringing the characters to life and making the story more compelling. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a relatively short game, but it's packed with a rich, emotional story and memorable moments. It's the kind of game that stays with you long after you finished it, thanks to its beautiful world and intriguing narrative. If you love story-driven games with a touch of the supernatural and a focus on exploration and puzzle solving, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a must-play. Dive into Red Creek Valley, uncover its secrets, and experience the mystery for yourself. GRIS. Alright, let's talk about GRIS, a game that's as beautiful as it is emotional. If you're looking for something that's more of an art piece than a typical video game, GRIS is where it's at. First off, GRIS is a visual masterpiece. You play as a young girl named GRIS, navigating through a stunningly hand-drawn world filled with gorgeous watercolor landscapes and mesmerizing animations. Seriously, every frame of this game could be a painting on your wall. The art style alone makes it worth playing. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. GRIS is a side-scrolling platformer, but don't expect high-octane action here. This game is all about exploration and solving puzzles as you help GRIS regain her voice and color in her world. It's a pretty linear experience, which means you get to fully immerse yourself in the story without getting lost. One of the things I love about GRIS is how it handles emotions. The game is a silent narrative, meaning there's no dialogue, but it speaks volumes through its visuals and music. The soundtrack is hauntingly beautiful and perfectly complements the game's emotional beats. It's one of those games that hits you right in the feels, making you reflect on your own experiences. I appreciate how it's more of an experience than just a game. It's a journey that's both touching and visually captivating, and it resonates on a deep level. So, if you're in the mood for something different, something that's more about the journey than the destination, GRIS is a must-play. It's a short but impactful experience that you won't forget anytime soon. Trust me, this game is like a soothing balm for the soul. Grab a comfy chair, put on your headphones, and let GRIS take you on a beautiful emotional ride. Also, one of the best things is that this game is literally available on every platform: PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Mac, iOS, and Android too. Telltale's Tales from the Borderlands. If you love a good laugh mixed with some high-stakes adventure, this game is going to be right up your alley. It's like if Mad Max had a baby with a stand-up comedian, pure chaos and comedy gold. You play as Reese, a corporate stooge with dreams of becoming the next Handsome Jack, and Fiona, a con artist just trying to make a buck in the wild world of Pandora. The story is told from both of their perspectives, and trust me, it's a roller coaster of lies, betrayal, and awkward moments. Imagine trying to impress your crush while tripping over your own feet, but with more explosions. Gameplay-wise, this is classic Telltale. It's all about making choices, quick-time events, and dialogue trees that can branch out into some pretty wild directions. Your decisions matter and will shape the story, so no pressure or anything. The quick-time events keep you on your toes, and the dialogue? Well, let's just say you'll be laughing out loud more than once. It's like being part of an interactive comic book with a script that's sharper than Claptrap's tongue. Visually, Tales from the Borderlands nails the Borderlands aesthetic. It's got that comic book cel-shaded style that makes everything pop with color and character. The environments are detailed and filled with all the quirky, dangerous charm you'd expect from Pandora. Plus, the character animations are smooth, making every expression and action come to life. It's like watching a Saturday morning cartoon, but with more bandits and loot. I love the humor, the story, and the memorable characters. So, if you're in the mood for a game that's more about laughs and narrative than grinding and gunning, Tales from the Borderlands is a must-play. It's got a hilarious story, great characters, and enough twists and turns to keep you hooked from start to finish.
What the hell is that?
Dreamfall Chapters.
She's all alone. I know that.
If you're into deep, complex narratives with a side of fantastical worlds, then buckle up, this one's a wild ride. You play as 3 different characters: Zoe Castillo, Kian Alvain, and Saga. Each has their own unique story that intertwines with the others in ways that'll keep you guessing until the very end. It's like playing 3 amazing TV shows at once, except you get to be the director, writer, and main character. Talk about multitasking. Gameplay-wise, Dreamfall Chapters is all about exploring, solving puzzles, and making choices that impact the story. It's linear, but with plenty of branching paths that make every playthrough feel unique. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good moral dilemma? It's like The Sims, but with higher stakes and way more drama.
All is well. Don't take her from me. Please don't. I can't do this again. I cannot do this again.
Visually, the game is a feast for the eyes. The worlds are beautifully crafted, from the cyberpunk streets of Europolis to the magical landscapes of Arcadia. Each environment is packed with detail, making it feel alive and immersive. The character designs are equally impressive, bringing the diverse cast to life in a way that's both vibrant and realistic. It's like stepping into a fantasy novel, but without the paper cuts. I love the rich storytelling, complex characters, and the way the game seamlessly blends sci-fi and fantasy elements. So, if you're looking for a game that's heavy on story and light on mindless action, Dreamfall Chapters is a must-play.
Been sent to this city to find and assassinate the leader of the insurgents opposing our benevolent military rule.
The Sinking City. If you're a fan of detective stories with a Lovecraftian twist, then you're in for a treat. This game is like Sherlock Holmes meets Cthulhu, mysterious, eerie, and just the right amount of weird. You play as Charles Reed, a private investigator who's seen better days. He arrives in the city of Oakmont, which is, well, sinking. And not just literally, the place is drowning in madness and supernatural shenanigans. Your job is to figure out what's going on and why you're having all these crazy visions. Gameplay-wise, The Sinking City is a mix of detective work, exploration, and combat. You'll spend a lot of time looking for clues, interrogating suspects, and piecing together what's happening. It's like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, but with more tentacles and ancient curses. And just when you think you've got it all figured out, the game throws another curveball your way. Keeps you on your toes, like a caffeine-fueled night of binge-watching mystery shows.
No warning, no second chances.
Visually, the game nails the eerie, unsettling atmosphere. Oakmont is a city that looks like it's been through the ringer. Flooded streets, creepy old buildings, and lots of fog. The character models and animations are solid, and the monsters? They're straight out of your worst nightmares, in the best way possible. It's like walking through a haunted house, but you're the detective trying to make sense of it all. Those who love a good mystery and don't mind a slower pace rave about the game's story and atmosphere. The detective mechanics are engaging, and the Lovecraftian elements add a unique flavor that sets it apart from other games. Though I wish the combat was a bit tighter, but hey, you can't have everything. So, if you're in the mood for a game that's more about unraveling a spooky mystery than blasting through hordes of enemies, The Sinking City is a must-play. It's got a captivating story, a creepy atmosphere, and enough twists to keep you guessing until the end. Just don't forget to keep an eye out for things that go bump in the night. Trust me, Oakmont is full of surprises. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1.
After being cooped up on that boat, I am...
Alright, let's crack the case with Sherlock Holmes. If you've ever dreamed of being the world's greatest detective, minus the deerstalker hat, or with it, no judgment, then this game is going to be right up your alley. You step into the shoes of a young Sherlock Holmes, back when he was just starting to make a name for himself. He's not quite the polished sleuth we all know and love yet, but he's getting there. The story kicks off with Sherlock returning to his Mediterranean home to investigate his mother's death. It's a mix of personal drama and classic whodunit, and trust me, it's a gripping ride from start to finish. Gameplay-wise, it's all about investigating, solving puzzles, and making those famous deductions. You'll explore an open-world city, talking to witnesses, gathering clues, and piecing together what happened. The game gives you a lot of freedom to approach cases in different ways, so put on your thinking cap and get ready to do some serious sleuthing. And let's not forget the occasional brawl. Sherlock can throw down when he needs to, and it's surprisingly fun. Visually, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 is stunning. The Mediterranean setting is vibrant and detailed, from sun-drenched streets to shadowy alleys. I love the rich storytelling and deep detective mechanics. The character development is particularly praised, giving us a fresh take on a younger, less experienced Sherlock. Though the open world can feel a bit empty at times, but the engaging cases more than make up for it. So, if you're looking for a game that lets you flex your brain muscles while diving into a good mystery, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 is a must-play. It's got an intriguing story, beautiful visuals, and all the detective work you could ever want. Grab your magnifying glass and get ready to solve some crimes. Just remember, it's never as simple as it seems, but hey, that's half the fun. Happy sleuthing! Syberia: The World Before. If you're a fan of captivating stories and beautiful atmospheric worlds, then this game is going to sweep you off your feet. In Syberia: The World Before, you follow the adventures of two protagonists, Dana Rose, a talented pianist living in 1937, and the series' beloved Kate Walker, who's navigating her own challenges in 2004. The game masterfully weaves their stories together, creating a rich tapestry of mystery, history, and emotional depth. It's like watching a thrilling drama unfold, but you're the one pulling the strings.
Not to get involved in your harebrained...
Gameplay-wise, it's all about exploration, puzzle solving, and piecing together the past. You'll travel through beautifully crafted environments, from the quaint pre-war European towns to the more desolate industrial landscapes of Kate's time. The puzzles are challenging but fair, making you feel like a genius detective when you finally crack them. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good brain teaser that doesn't involve assembling IKEA furniture? The dual timeline narrative is particularly praised, adding a layer of complexity that keeps you hooked from start to finish. So, if you're in the mood for a game that's rich in story, packed with beautiful visuals, and full of intriguing puzzles, Syberia: The World Before is a must-play. It's got a captivating narrative that will keep you glued to your screen, characters you'll genuinely care about, and a world that's begging to be explored. Judgment Games by RGG Studios. If you've ever wanted to blend the thrill of a legal drama with the gritty action of a crime thriller, then this game is going to be your jam. It's like Law & Order meets Yakuza, and trust me, it's every bit as awesome as it sounds. You play as Takayuki Yagami, a disgraced lawyer turned private detective in the bustling, neon-lit streets of Kamurocho. Yagami is trying to rebuild his life by solving cases and uncovering the truth behind a series of grisly murders. It's a story filled with twists, turns, and plenty of OMG moments that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Gameplay-wise, Judgment is a perfect blend of investigation and beat-em-up action. One minute you're gathering clues, interrogating suspects, and piecing together evidence like a true detective. The next, you're brawling with thugs in the streets, using a mix of martial arts moves and environmental takedowns that make every fight feel cinematic. It's like living out your favorite crime drama, but with way more flying kicks. Visually, Judgment looks stunning. The city of Kamurocho is brought to life with incredible detail, from the bustling streets filled with colorful signs and lively crowds to the quieter, shadowy alleys where danger lurks. The character models and facial animations are top-notch, making every cutscene and interaction feel lifelike. It's like stepping into a high-budget TV series. I love the deep, engaging story in the mix of detective work and action. The characters are well-developed and memorable. Many players appreciate how the game tackles serious themes while still having moments of levity and humor, a signature of RGG Studios' style. So, if you're looking for a game that combines a gripping story, intense action, and a dash of detective work, Judgment is a must-play. It's got everything you'd want from a crime thriller, a compelling protagonist, a detailed world to explore, and plenty of mysteries to solve. Grab your controller, put on your detective hat, and get ready to uncover the truth. This is one case you won't want to miss.
Let's go!
Underground Blossom. This game is developed by Rusty Lake, known for their unique, eerie, and atmospheric puzzle games. If you're a fan of quirky, atmospheric puzzle games with a dash of the surreal, then this one's going to be right up your alley. It's like stepping into a bizarre dream where every corner hides a new mystery. In Underground Blossom, you find yourself navigating through a series of interconnected rooms and environments, each filled with strange and intriguing puzzles. The story is rich with Rusty Lake's signature blend of dark humor and eerie atmosphere. You'll uncover hidden secrets, solve mind-bending puzzles, and piece together a narrative that's as mysterious as it is compelling. It's like being trapped in an escape room designed by David Lynch. Gameplay-wise, it's all about exploration and puzzle solving. Each room you enter presents a new challenge, requiring you to think outside the box and use your keen observational skills. The puzzles are cleverly designed, making you feel both challenged and rewarded as you progress. And trust me, nothing beats the satisfaction of solving a particularly tricky puzzle after staring at it for what feels like forever. Visually, Underground Blossom is a treat. The art style is distinct and atmospheric, capturing the surreal and slightly unsettling vibe that Rusty Lake is known for. The environments are richly detailed, drawing you into the game's strange world and keeping you hooked from one puzzle to the next. It's like wandering through a beautifully crafted nightmare, but in the best way possible. So overall, it was an absolutely incredible game. I love Rusty Lake games so much, and I'm thrilled every time a new one comes out. Their works of art, everything about them, the artwork, the sound production, the music, the eerie voice work, truly spectacular. There's so much story packed into this game. Absolutely beautiful. So, if you're in the mood for a puzzle game that's equal parts strange and captivating, Underground Blossom is a must-play. It's got an intriguing story, beautiful visuals, and puzzles that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Grab your controller, dive into the surreal world of Rusty Lake, and get ready for a journey that's as bizarre as it is rewarding. Trust me, this is one puzzle game you won't forget anytime soon. Murder on the Orient Express.
Money on this train is ever ordinary.
If you're a fan of classic murder mysteries and love the idea of playing detective, then this game is going to be your cup of tea. It's like stepping into one of the greatest whodunits ever written, with you in the detective seat. You play as a new character working alongside the legendary Hercule Poirot, the mustachioed master of deduction. The story stays true to Agatha Christie's timeless novel, but with a few twists and turns to keep things fresh for fans and newcomers alike. It's a linear narrative, which means you'll be following the clues and piecing together the mystery without getting lost in side plots. Gameplay-wise, it's all about investigation and puzzle solving. You'll interrogate suspects, gather clues, and use your keen detective skills to unravel the mystery of who killed Samuel Ratchet aboard the luxurious train. Each character you meet has secrets, and it's up to you to uncover them. It's like playing a game of Clue, but way more sophisticated and with a lot more at stake.
The wallet is somewhat warm. It contains...
Visually, the game does a fantastic job of bringing the opulence of the Orient Express to life. The train is beautifully detailed, with rich interiors that make you feel like you're really aboard a 1930s luxury liner. And honestly, this game is one of the better offerings for microids. I thoroughly enjoyed the puzzles. The setting of the game is visually pleasing, graphics is fantastic, voice acting is very well performed. Overall, I recommend this game to any detective point and click-style game lover. So, if you're in the mood for a classic whodunit with a modern twist, Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express is a must-play. It's got a gripping story, stunning visuals, and enough puzzles to keep your little gray cells working overtime.
Have you told me the entire truth, Captain Arbuthnot?
Of course. I want you to find my ticket.